Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are on build number 7 of our Edinburgh Castle. So the last build I think I said was 5 when it was 6, but this is number 7, and we did our last build, we did our chair, which I did the arms backwards and then had to undo, but we got it completed the correct way, and we put all the little pieces on our little table. I did rearrange them a little bit different than the book because I wanted my book much more open and seeable, visible. So there's those. And then we completed our little bookcase with the TV and the plates, camera and radio and the books. So we got that completed. Let's just jump in because we're gonna start on the bedroom parts. It says so there's a bed and a side table. So let's pull our pieces and then we'll go through the process. So we need to start with C59. All right, let's see where the 50s are. I think it's gonna be the browns, right? 49, so the dark brown. 59, 60, and 61. 59, 60, and 61 right here down the row. Okay, and then 2 of the 55s, those are right here. Okay, and then, so that's all of them on this sheet. 2 of the 118s and a 130. And those are going to be on, I believe, the last sheet. 130 is this inner piece here. Yep, the inside piece. And the 2 115s are the long rectangles here. No, we don't. It's not 15. Sorry, it's 18. Oh, that's 17. That's okay. 18 and 18. These 2 pieces here. I was like, those do not look right. 118. Okay. That is all the. No, we need some painted wood. The D's. So we need D28 and 29, the bed frame here, headboard and footboard. Man, those are stubborn. All right, so now we need G8, which is our the same material we used for our last table, and G9, which is that stiff batting, and then G10, which is our little flower, maroon flower material. And G27, which we know from previously uses. They're the 2, we need 2 of them, and they're the little gold long beads there. There it is. Okay, there's 2 of those. And if we're gonna, it calls for the gold paint, so they do give you a little pot of gold paint. I'm, however, going to use my gold acrylic pen marker. G37, which is the last of our little clear wine glasses here. We'll just go ahead and cut that off. I held it down and it still flicked. Make sure you hold those down, otherwise they will fling across the room. So we've used all of our glasses now. All right, now we need 2-8, which is paper, right? That's the gold. 2-8 is this long one here. We're not going to peel it off yet because it is a sticker. We will get to that when we need to place it. And then 5-6. 5-6 is this both of these little kind of orangey goldy squares here. I'm just trying not to pull out all the other pieces along with it, which I'm not doing such a good job at. And then, okay. Cannot really see the numbers on these, but they're on the 7s, I believe. So we're going to need 7-2. No, I can't ever read these. It's a 7-11, I think. Yeah, there's, do we need 2 of them? Yeah, 2 of them. These are the templates for our material. Which, at first I was kind of confused, like, just give us measurements. But I actually kind of think it's smart. Sometimes measurements can be a little confusing when you measure wrong. This makes it very easy, though. And then, again, I can't even see numbers on here. But we're going to need the bigger maroon one with the flowers. And then also 7-14, the whitish one over here. Okay, I believe that's it. So we're going to start by putting together our table, our little side table. Just going to give myself a little bit of room here to work. So we need 60, 61, and the 255s. Oh, I need to, first off, I need to sand down little knots, nodules. These ones just have the one on the bottom curve, which is making sure there's not any like extra bits hanging off of it. Take my brown marker. How did I still not get it? Huh. Did splinter a little piece off of that side there. Let's cover that up too. Sorry if I'm not quite as talkative today. Some of you might like that, but just it's kind of early. Still kind of waking up a little bit. Although I've been awake for hours. I've just been diamond art painting. So I've just kind of been zoned out this morning. So my brain is trying to kickstart into gear. It's not always the easiest task for my brain in the morning, or at any time actually. But we'll do just fine. More. I'm only doing this one because the edges are kind of a lot lighter. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Last one here. Oh, did not get. There we go. All right, now let's put together our pieces. So 61 is, it has little lines etched in it. That's the front. 60 is the back. And the 255s are going on the in-between, on the inside, level at the top. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna try. Oh, I don't know. These might be too small. I was gonna try my little corner a hold of this one. I mean, that'll work, but it's the same size. Okay, so I'm going to use my Aleene's Original Tacky Glue, and we will put it on the edges of the 55s. I just got this little thing off of like Temu. I've only used it a couple times because honestly I forget about it a lot, but I do like it. And make sure you get nice edges, nice corners, and let that glue tacky up a little bit. Now the only unfortunate part is because of they're so small we can't use it on the other side, but it gives us just one of them. And then, okay, our other little 55 has to go on the other side. So I just put them on two edges, that way I know they're flat on the bottom, or it's going to be the top. So the top will sit on flat, and then also, so it's all the way to the edge, flush there on the edge. All right, and then our Aleene's on the other side of both of these. Now this one's the back, so it doesn't have a front or back to it. We just want to make sure that everything's flush. And then you flip it over, and we will put the glue on the top of these four, because our top, 60, right? No, 61. See, 61 is a little, I think it's going to be a little bit bigger. So we're just going to do our best to center it. There's no top or bottom to this. I actually find it a little bit easier if I can see, yeah, see the base that I'm putting it on, so basically the bottom of the top piece. So I like to just flip them over. All right, so there's our little table. Now our two little, what were these, 5-6, the two little rectangles of paper, those are our drawer handles, or our drawer faces, I guess, with the handles. Just trimming off those little notches. Okay, so on the front we have those two little rectangles, and that's right where those squares are going to go. squares and that they're even, which mine are not, okay. They almost look more like little open books. I don't know, these are kind of weird pictures for drawer faces, I don't know. Okay. And then, yep, that's what I thought. Then our little long beads are going to go right across the center. Those are our drawer pulls, the handles. Oh. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's our little nightstand. So now we're gonna put, says objects that finished in the previous step. Okay, one of them is our other little picture frame, right? We know that's going on there, the flowers. And then our little wine glass. Oh, what is that? Let's see, we have one bottle left. That's not it. We have, should only have 2 flowers, but we have 3 because I didn't use one on the table. But that's not it. And we have 2 boxes, and those are not it. It's this little itty bitty circle thing right here that I cannot, I don't know what it is. It's the arrow that goes to the object that finished in the previous step. Well, for one, we didn't even do the picture frame in the previous step. That was like 2 steps ago, 3 steps ago, I don't know, something. Yeah, those were up here. What else did we make? No. Sorry guys, I am trying to find out what it is. It doesn't say a number, it just says made in previous step. Wait. Nope, G27, those are the handles. G37, that's the wine glass. Oh, it's a bottle. Okay, I understand now. So, remember on here, I wasn't sure which bottle this one is. This one is actually, this little one is the one they have on here. And then this bigger one would have been on there. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it actually kind of looks better proportionate like that. Okay, it's going to be easy to take off. So yeah, I'm just going to replace them. If you followed along with me and did the wrong bottle, you don't have to replace it. Because honestly, you can put the bottles wherever you want. I just think, like, kind of proportionate wise, that one looked a little, that you kind of lost that one. It was so little compared to the one behind it, the bigger one. So I do kind of like the 2 of them together. Okay. So then we're going to put our frame on. And it's going to hit on the back corner and that front edge. So that's just going to go on like the back right. I do like that because it's wood and not just paper. It does have a nice lean to it, as long as you don't tip it too much. which I seem to keep doing. All right, we're going to put our little bottle in front of it. And this is the one with that concave bottom, so only the edges really touch the table. I'm going to use just a tiny bit of super glue, just in one little spot, just to help it have an anchor. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my wine glass that I did to all the others. And let's see. It's almost a little bit too big. I was kind of wanting it to, oh, that would be cute. Yeah, I like it, you know, when it's just a little, not what you expect. So, and then, depending on what the flooring is underneath here, I might marker a little bit. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. Okay, so there is our little side table with the knocked over wine glass. I just like making little things like that different. All right, so now we need to do our pillows. Okay, I'm going to get out my double-sided tape. I don't like gluing material anymore. Once this was suggested. Now for these are very small, so I'm going to use the score tape 1/8 inch. It's very thin. So it's just double-sided tape. Okay, so we're going to take our houndstooth, is that what this is? Cut G8 with the reference to 7/11, then fold along the dotted line. So there are 2 sets of dotted lines on here. Now I'm going to turn it over to cut. Because otherwise you just kind of lose the material, pattern on pattern. And it's like in thirds. Yeah, so there's a fold there and a fold there. So then I guess we're going to tape one of the edges down. Stuff. We're not stuffing these. They're not stuffed with anything? Okay, well, let's try one. My material is not straight though, I can tell. Okay. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to go ahead and run it. Yeah, I'm going to run it along the long sides. Didn't quite get on straight on that one, so, but I don't want it to pull all that material apart. Grr, 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 grr. That was just a growl, sorry. I realized that kind of sounded weird. Grr, grr. Yeah. Come on. Okay, there's one. Oh, come on, let loose, let go. As much as I really, really like this double-sided tape, sometimes it's such a pain to get that second side off. There we go. There we go. Okay. So let's see how much we can destroy this. Just trimming up all the edges. Yeah, this material really likes to be fringy. I mean, okay, it's a pillow, I guess. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to leave a little bit of that extra on that one side because I do trim up and it kind of turned it a little bit small. So let's see if we can get this on my in frame. Sorry guys, if I've been out of frame, I am so sorry. Nope, not there. Putting it on the two long sides did seem to work pretty good, keeping it closed. Just if I had done it on the short sides, then the front, top and bottom, like if I had done it on the short sides here and folded it, then these sides would have been open still. But doing it on the long sides, it closes when I fold it over, the top and bottom and the two sides. So that works. Yeah, this one went a bit smoother. Probably because I kind of had a better idea of what I was doing. I do just want to trim up the edges though. Okay, so one's a little bit bigger because, like I said, I got a little extra and then I didn't have to trim as much because I did better. That's okay. They're going to go side by side, so that'll be fine. All right, so then that's all trash. All right, so then our 714 is going on our batting. And it's just a little bit big. Not much. And you might get away with not even trimming it up, so. But we'll go ahead and trim it up. Oh, no one's saying nothing about me using baby scissors or little scissors. They're embroidery scissors, and they work better for me. I used to try cutting with just big scissors, and it was kind of a pain. All right, so we're just going to, okay, these are going to go over the edge of the bed, I think. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a bend. The bed will really seal the deal on where it bends, but because this is it's going to have to be glued down. Okay, so now, okay. This is actually, I think, going to be the right size. Yeah, it is exactly the same size as the template. Okay, and then on here, there are dotted lines, fold G10, okay, according to the illustration. But I don't understand. Okay, according to the illustration, they show one line, which is 5 millimeters down, half a centimeter. But on this, there's 2 lines. Oh, okay, so we're gonna fold it back on the second line. This is the paper. I'm just experimenting on it, okay? This is not a pillow, this is the blanket, okay. And then we're gonna fold it forward on the top line. So we have that little, okay, I gotcha. So we're gonna go down and then up. But it doesn't cover the whole bed then, and you get the bed. Okay, we're gonna put our bed together because it's next before I do this, because let's just hold judgment. Okay, C30. Oh, it's marked on both sides. I'm sorry, 130, and then C118s. Okay. And use just a little bit of the super glue. All right, same thing on the other one. I'm just putting them flat so that I kind of make sure they're leveled out. All right, which, okay, we're not gonna need to because these have holes and then that those are gonna fit into. So that is very nice. So that way our legs, that's what these are, the legs of the bed, will be even. And I'm just going to use just a dab above each hole. Just making sure I'm doing it right. I would have hated to have put this on wrong. Didn't though. Just saying. And then the footboard. And we want them both facing the same way. Okay. So this is only painted on one side. So our colored are both going to be facing us. So I want to put the super glue on the plain brown side. There we go. All right, and yay, we did it correctly. There's our bed. So they say to paint, and like I said, I'm gonna marker, because in the front, the edges are gold, so they want us to gold out the top, which is kind of what I've been doing. Basically, it is what I've been doing, coloring the edges. So yeah, if you have like a metallic gold marker, go for it. It's so much easier, and these acrylic paint ones really have a good coverage over this darker wood. But if not, it's fine. Like I said, they give you the gold paint and a little paintbrush. So just paint up your edges with the gold paint there, and it'll be the same, you know, same outcome. So some little ridges there that make it a little harder to get all of it, but we got it. Okay. Yep, there we go. That is our edges painted. Okay, so now we want to put on, oh, that is a tight fit. I'm going to actually trim that down just a hair. Much better. And those fold lines were pretty good there. All right. And I'm going to glue it down on my sides. gotta kind of crease that corner, because otherwise, I mean, the glue will eventually hold it down, but it kind of doesn't want to hold it really good. There we go. Yeah, just crease those, or just you can use like the back. I've done it with the back of the tweezers before. I was just using my nails, but whatever works. There we go. All right, now, okay, I do have to trim up these threads. Sorry, my depth perception is obviously really off today. I keep cutting over and above instead of on. Now, if we had more of this material, I would have probably just kind of pulled some of these. It does unravel and lessens the amount of material you have though, so I did. This is like so spot on. I didn't want to unravel anything, but I hate loose threads. So now, I want to see size-wise. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's about right. So I'm going to just put just a little dab marker where I want to fold them. Fold over the first one. Okay. And then putting this across like the top. That way, wherever we fold it, it will work. Let go. Come on, release. There we go. And then I'll fold this one back. Okay. There we go. Honestly, that's how I was taught to make my bed as a kid. And then on the back, I'm just going to run. See, I didn't mind gluing this because it is not quite like regular material, and it holds the glue pretty good, you know. Being that batting kind of material. This is regular material, so I'm going to just put my tape top and bottom. We're almost at an hour, which is good because we just got a couple more little thingies on to do on here and we'll be done. Okay, making sure that folded part is up. I'm going to put it at the foot of the bed first. Now I know it's not going to go all the way up, but our pillows are going to go there. And then we'll fold it over the edges. Okay, and then our pillows. For one, I don't like these materials together. Just saying, not my taste, but that's okay. But I don't actually like these pillows either. But that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and glue these ones down. I'm just gonna put some on the bottom, kind of on the bottom back corner. And I'm not going to do them perfectly straight, just because I'm just being me, and you know. I think it's so funny because in like real life, I'm so OCD. I'm so OCD, you guys. Some days it's really hard, but and some things in the miniatures like have to be spot on. Because of that, but this is kind of where I get to play and go like, it can be crooked. Yeah, things can be crooked in here because I don't have to live in that world, you know. I create it and then it's done, but I don't have to live in it. Come on. Yeah, that one's a little bit more straighter because it's smaller. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want to push them so that they like fall into, I want them to kind of be angled so we get a little bit more of a dimensional. That's why this one is really, the corner's not even back, because I want that like more dimensional look and feel to the bed. So then we have one more thing we need. What was it? 2-8, which is our gold paper, and it is the 2-8, this long skinny one here. So this is kind of like going to be the throw blanket at the bottom. Not on the bottom though. Like if it had been all the way at the bottom, then the white showing underneath, because they're oh, it's the extra bit of material. I'm like, why does my blanket? But no, it's it. Their blanket does not go all the way down to the bottom. You can actually see a bit of white here at the bottom, and I didn't like that, so that's why. I don't mind it up here because you kind of see your sheets sometimes. That's fine. If they had put this like at the bottom and covered, that would have been different. But this is actually supposed to, yeah, they have this going like right down the middle. I'm not doing that. I am going to put mine at the bottom, but we know it is stickers, and I don't trust completely stickers anymore, so a little bit of glue. And yeah, I'm going to put mine right up against the footboard. Oh. I was gonna say, make sure it's running straight, and then I get it up on the footboard. Come on. There we go. I do need to trim just a little bit on this upper corner. I thought it would be okay to have that material, there we go, that material hanging off the edge, but because it is so stiff, because it's folded here, the bottoms, the footboard wasn't touching, and everything, it was like sitting kind of at an angle. Not much, it would have been okay, but yeah, there we go. All right, is that it for, yep, that's it. Okay. Whew, guys, I thought maybe we would get to a little bit of the bathtub today, but nope. Guess not. Those materials always kind of hard for me to work with, just because it's finicky and just not always working for me. So I folded that one, didn't I? I'm 99.99999% sure we don't ever need these again, but just in case, I don't want to like toss them until I'm done. They're just all the templates that we've used for the material. Okay, so just gonna stick those over there. All right, so we have our bed and our little side table completed. So yeah, does it look like much for an hour? Kind of, sometimes not, but then I have to remember all the pieces we put together to make all these. So yeah, I think we did good, guys. All right, let me know what you think. How are you on the matching of this pillows and blanket? I'm hating it. I just think we should have just went like with that color, the flower color, or gold, something, I don't know. Anyways, not my pillows, not my problems, right? And I like my little touch of the falling over glass. It was a long night. Just kidding. All right, thank you guys. If you're still here, really appreciate you so much. Wait, sneak peek. I sometimes I forget it, but I'm trying to remember real quick. What are we doing next time? Okay, next time we've got our bathroom. So we're going to, of course we're not installing anything because we're going to, why is there the lace trim? Okay, I'm not going to question it. We're going to build the components for the bathroom, tub, mirror. Not sure what that is. Anyways, and then we have, it says table and Armelia, I'm not sure. Extra little parts, so we'll most likely get to at least these. And then, and then our signs and lights. Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing all of this and then getting into this. Probably not. This will probably be the one after. And then we have plants. Not many, just three little plants. Oh, and these were already pre-made, so we just got to stick them in. That'll be easy, okay. But then what is all that? Oh, and then piano, okay, plants, and then this is the piano part. So we have a piano in there. I didn't realize that. Anyways, that's a couple of builds down the road. So we've got a little bit ways to go before then. So thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. And next time we will get started in our bathroom. So I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.